Test. Whoops. I think I missed the deadline. It jumped all the way up to 23 hours. Anyways, welcome to the stream. I hope you can hear me. Think everything's working. Waiting another day, I guess. Yeah, it do be like that. Um, yeah, the reason being, I decided it would be a good time a good idea to set up a microphone stand or a better microphone holder like 30 seconds before the stream starts. I have attached it to my desk, but I have not yet attached my microphone to it, and I just realized that I have to unplug my microphone. Oh, I'm really quiet. Oh, shit. Uh, that shouldn't really be the case. I don't know what's. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Ta-da! Hello. Uh, were you guys able to understand us? To understand me. Okay, yeah, I thought it would be a really good idea to set up a microphone stand 30 seconds before starting the stream. And I just realized I have to unplug it now to actually attach it. But it's one of these arms that is attached to my desk. So hopefully it should get you a better sound quality, because Blue Snowball actually isn't that bad if you have the stuff around it in a good state. Like I don't have a lot of stuff that swallows the echo, so I think that's my biggest problem. But yeah, I don't know, if I unplug this now and replug it, you might not be able to hear me, because we can thank Pulse Audio for that. But let's hope everything goes alright, and hear you once this is plugged in. Bye bye. It back in, and hey, it seems it's working. I can unplug it and replug it. Yeah, that's super cool. Or maybe it switched to my webcam microphone. That would be pretty horrible. But yeah, now I just gotta attach the pop filter, because else it's doing this. Pop, pop. I don't know. Is this horrible? Huh. Seems like Noise Torch is filtering that out. Not Noise Torch, RN Noise. Okay. Anyway, pop filter is still helpful, because you can still hear part of it. I don't think you can hear me attaching the pop filter though, because of the noise cancelling. I keep calling it noise cancelling, it's really not. It switched to webcam when oh god. Did it really? No, that's not my webcam. You don't want to hear that. You definitely don't want to hear my webcam. Actually, let's see. Can I just switch that over really quick?
Hello. Just see it peeking. Oh my god. Let's hear it. Oh my god. I can do the J Schlatt now. Hey guys. It's me. They're constantly peeking as soon as I do anything. Okay, so that's my webcam. Great piece of tech. Amazing picture quality as well.
Okay, back to the better microphone. By the way, that was with the stuff I have set up in OBS. Still sounds horrible. Okay, I gotta get this attached properly. Come on. Okay, it's a little far away. First time using a mic arm like this. There we go. And it's now also not blocking my keyboard a lot. Like it's above my keyboard, which is nice. It's a little high up. Okay, I hope you can hear me now, and I don't get as echoey when I get away from the mic, because I get away from the mic less. Oh, here's another piece I haven't unboxed. I think this is like a holder for a stage mic, which I don't need because I have a Blue Snowball. Anyway, great. Long intro, but nice quality. Who's here? Hey, I love Insinuous. Thank you. Phil Eric Hartman. It was Javier Torres. Please add subtitle for another language video so we can understand it. Thank you very much. I think YouTube does that automatically, and if they don't, they probably aren't doing that to save resources because my videos don't get enough views to warrant like the processing power. I don't think I can do anything about it. Unless I generate them myself and then upload them, but I have no idea how to do that. I think YouTube limits you to the web editor. Waiting another day, I guess, yeah. Are mic arms expensive? I don't think, I don't know, this one wasn't, definitely. Mic arm. Jesus, okay, definitely, mine was definitely cheaper than that. Yeah, I think it's something like this one. There really isn't really a difference. Like, the Blue Snowball is pretty heavy and the mic arm holds it just fine. My desk is also pretty sturdy, so. How you doing? How you doing? First webcam. Uganda Knuckles, hey! And of course Pepper, regular on the Discord and also contributor. Ghosts, Go01, also a regular. Hungry AF. Then I guess try eating something. Works most of the time. So it's a pretty good life hack. Yeah, so I didn't really have... Oh, by the way, I switched to live chat right away, not top chat. Did you do the blur option for the InstantOS logo on the wallpapers? Actually, that's a good question. Appearance, wallpaper. There is a blur option, but it's currently CLI only, I think. So that's definitely something I'll have to add to the GUI. Yeah, that's a good idea to add to the to-do. I don't think that's been on there. By the way, 8 viewers. Not too bad, considering how my channel is not doing anything else. Okay, stream to do. By the way, GitHub project is kind of horrible, but I'm kind of stuck with it since I think it's got nice discoverability. It's on GitHub, and everything else is also on GitHub, but not really a fan because sometimes things just disappear from here, and I've seen a lot of really weird stuff. Anyway, I'm not doing much with this Kanban thing anyway. Yeah, I wanted to start with, or actually not start, probably, with some Rust stuff, because I'm implementing a new status bar, or I'm planning on implementing it, and it's going to be written in Rust. So I still have to learn a lot of stuff in Rust. Maybe I'll also make it asynchronous, which I've never done asynchronous programming outside of Node. So that'll also be new. And I haven't set up a lot of stuff for the live thing yet. I had some stuff in mind, but I haven't had time to add it yet. So let's just do it live and walk through the things we have planned. Also, let's rename this to chat. Streamer man is learning. I've seen the stream that you've designed a new website. Yes. I don't know if or when I'll actually implement part of that design. But as for documentation, I've switched to MKDocs Material, which is pretty good functionally, definitely, and the looks are nothing special, just material design. Left WM is written in Rust. Please check it out. Are you planning to write a status bar like Xmobar? true, actually. I think Xmobar renders the stuff itself. The status bar that I'm planning to do is an alternative to DWM blocks. And DWM blocks, I don't know if I even have it installed. Nope. Okay, let's just really quickly do something here. I think it was DWM blocks. Yep. Whoops, what did I just do? Let's clone that really quick. Make. Perfect. So essentially what DWM blocks does is, well, I thought it would just output to std out. I guess it doesn't. Why does it not do that? Of course, being the minimalist, it doesn't have any options. That's the true minimalism meme. Barely usable. Or actually not that usable. Yeah. But essentially what DWM blocks does is it just generates the status text and passes it on to DWM for rendering. So that is also the way my status bar is going to work. But it's not as basic as DWM blocks and a lot more usable for normal users. And integrated with all the InstantOS stuff. Funny, I just made a program for status for my DWM setup. Actually, I have written down a bunch of ideas while I was on vacation on my phone. Where is it? Actually, was in the car just. Where is it? Status bar. There it is. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff that's all running through my mind, which I want the bar to do. Ooh. I'll just minimize that. So it's written in Rust, configured in Toml, since Toml can be manipulated through libraries out there, and of course read through libraries out there, and it's very popular with Rust. And it'll also have different scripts as applets, just like DWM blocks also has. It'll have configurable defaults, so you can set colors and color schemes for it, which also is the default color scheme. You can set the different colors for different urgency levels, and different applets will be able to set their own urgency level. And of course, you can also manually set different colors for different applets. You'll be able to configure the spacing between the applets, since InstantWM has markup for the status. You can, of course, set the refresh time, so the time between the refresh of each widget. And yeah, there's different parts where you can configure it. You can configure it in the global default file. You can set a default for the applet, and then can override the applet default using the config file. I think none of this is making a huge amount of sense. It's just brainstorming, which I wrote down. You can set urgency levels. Urgency will also be displayed by blinking with different colors. And yeah, what I need from the window manager, which I think it already has, but I wrote it like a really long time ago, so I'll have to take another look at it. Applets itself are defined in one script. The script doesn't really do anything except define a bunch of functions, which can then be executed by the status bar. So it needs to have the function status display. And if you decide to add this script to the config file of the bar, then the config, then the bar program will source this script, and then each time this applet will get displayed or rendered, it will execute this function and use the standard output of that function to get the status text that will be up here. Status button 1. I haven't spoken English in too long. Status button 1, 2, 3 will get executed when you click on the applet. So yeah, you will be able to click on the applets. And the cool thing is that it's not hard-coded through the status program, but rather defined in the script itself. That way you don't have to mess with any config files and move any functions around if you decide to remove or add a widget. Or an applet, rather. I don't know what to call them. Widgets, applets, statuslets. And yeah, the window manager and status program will dynamically match the clicked index to the script. So if you click on an applet, of course, right now it doesn't do any of that. If you click on an applet, then the window manager will pass the index and of course the mouse button to the status program. And then the status program will execute the corresponding function from the script. And yeah, configurable color, refresh time. The applet can change its own color and whether it's enabled or not. I think that's a pretty cool feature, definitely, because you don't want every widget all the time. Like you can maybe have an update widget, applet, that displays how many package updates you have available. And you don't want that showing if you don't have any. Like a big fat 0 and a package icon isn't that useful. And that, of course, also requires dynamically adjusting the index, matching to different functions. So if the update widget decides to remove itself from the bar temporarily because there are no updates, then of course the other widgets have a different index, which means the status program will need to be aware of this. This is one of the main reasons why I'm not forking DWM blocks. Like one of them is Rust, because of just the convenience it gets me over C. And the other is that it's just built in a way that doesn't account for basically any features being there, any more advanced features. Or maybe you can have a widget that warns you if your CPU or RAM usage get too high. As long as your CPU and RAM usage is fine, you don't really want to see it, or most people, I'm guessing, don't want to. Or notifications, maybe a notification widget that shows you if you have unread notifications. And if you don't have any, you don't want to see that widget. Maybe you want to see to open the notification center, but you also have, oh, do I have anything private in here? Not really, no. Yeah, by the way, I introduced a paging system to the notifications. So now it doesn't crash anymore if you have any notifications that are too long or too many of them. What about smaller app icons in the dock? Do you mean the sys tray? I think that's a problem that we've already discussed a few times, or actually that I've discussed a few times with multiple people. By the way, am I peaking? Because I'm very close to the mic right now. Or actually, I think I'm fine. I'm really liking this new mic setup. No, I'm fine. This is awesome. It sounds so much better than I think my previous streams. Yeah, the reason I'm not doing that at the moment is because if you'd click in between them, then nothing would happen. The application is completely responsible for what is within the boundaries of that icon. And if they decide to stretch it out all the way without any margins, then that's the application's problem. So for instance, if I added a margin around the OBS logo here, because it doesn't look too great, just if it's hitting all the edges, and I would click outside of this area, so inside the margins, then nothing will happen. So you'd have to be a lot more precise when clicking on it. That's a problem. I don't know how other distros solve it. I mean, most of them just solve it by straight out removing the sys tray without paying attention to the applications that might need the sys tray, like PA Applet, DAF Mail. Actually, exit that. Network stuff. I think those. Most of them provide alternatives, but the GNOME way, kind of like Apple. Did Pepper just post something? I think, where is it? Image. Where is it? Oh my god. How did you do that? That's kind of good. Are you able to see that even? Like, are those clickable? Are the margins clickable? Or do you have to click on the icon and if you click in between, nothing happens? Just rendering with margins, not actually resizing it. When I have InstantWM height set to 9, it does a bit of margin padding, no? Isn't there an option to do padding? You can pad the bar, but the icons will just grow bigger, as far as I'm aware. Like if you set it, actually, is there a maximum size? It might just be that the bar is too small. I don't want to restart my window manager midstream, but that sounds interesting. Off topic, have you tried Doom Emacs? I really recently made the switch from NeoVim. I have, and I prefer to stay with NeoVim just because I'm comfortable with it. Like, if they're the same, then why not use the one that you already know? And one of the reasons why I'm using Vim over Emacs is just because of how heavy Emacs is. I'm using Vim on my phone a lot, like for to-do and everything. If you're using the same tool everywhere, and Vim is so versatile that you can basically do that, then you can really take your mind off the tool. Like I'm at the point where Shift V is just part of my workflow everywhere. So I know about evil mode, but yeah, Emacs on a phone is definitely not a great idea. And on Vim runs fine on my phone. It's really good. Like I started using VimWiki to write down a bunch of stuff, and it's great. I like it. I'm not really a Vim evangelist, so you can use VS Code. I think VS Code is fine. And yeah, I think you can get stuck on tools as long as you know that the tools are good. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't know. Yeah. But I think DMAX. Just wanted to use org mode. Yes, org mode seems like a big draw. I'm using VimWiki at the moment. As you can see, this is also using VimWiki. VimWiki is good. I think org mode is just the best format of this kind, which, yeah, that might just be the case. VimWiki and Task Warrior are fine for me. I think org mode is better, but giving up my phone, I don't know if it's worth that much. Okay, getting off topic. Yeah. And some stuff I would have to learn for that probably is asynchronous, or doing stuff asynchronously, Because let's imagine I have an internet applet like this one, which checks for internet access. Depending on how fast your connection is, that might take a while to complete. So if you just pause the entire program while that runs and then wait for the output, then the other applets don't update. So if you have like a second counter or something that's blinking and that just completely freezes whenever you check for internet, then that doesn't look too great. That's why asynchronous stuff might be a good idea, or just threading. I think threading might be easier than doing it asynchronously. Is that a love wallpaper in the background? Well, I don't know. That seems like a city. It's a random stock photo. I can also generate another. Now it's gone. Actually, that's taking a while. Probably high resolution. Hello? Ah, there it is. Yeah. Or let's check out the Bing wallpaper. Bing has really good wallpapers. A lot better than search results. Ooh. I don't know how we got to macOS, but Apple also has good wallpapers. Oh, the animation is mostly an OBS overlay. Yeah, I think I'm going to rework my streaming setup. I had a really great idea, which is using a game engine for the streaming stuff. And I'm getting off topic here again, but hear me out here and tell me if it's a bad idea. So I could just use a game engine, make the background green screen it on top of my stream, and then use that for all of the overlays. Because like a game engine is a lot more powerful than OBS. Most people just use browsers for that stuff. I could use a browser, but I think a game engine it's more powerful than a browser. But yeah, I could just green screen an application made in a game engine on top of my stream, and then use that to like do notifications if someone follows or God forbid donates. Actually, do we have that on my channel? I don't know if we have memberships, but if someone donates, if someone sends, I could do chat commands that you can type something in chat and then the game engine does something crazy. And the periodic stuff like follow me on Twitch, on GitHub, on Patreon. I could do that all in the game engine, and you can just do a lot more with animations in a game engine than just rendering that stuff out to a transparent video file and then scripting stuff that dynamically adjusts OBS over a WebSocket, which is what I have been doing for a while. It's kind of clunky. So I have an OBS CLI that just periodically hides and shows different embedded scenes, which then play video files and adjusts text, and I kind of have to cheat a bit so you can't see when I'm adjusting the text. So yeah, definitely game streams. Okay. I feel smarter just listening to this while at work, lol. Oh, okay. I'm flattered, and now I feel like I have a responsibility to seem smart. Yeah, or the chat itself, I can just connect it to the YouTube API. I hope I can do that. If not, I can do it in Python and then connect Python to Godot using, I don't know, Godot definitely has networking through a web API or a socket. And then Godot is just displaying all that stuff. But like, imagine the sort of animations you could do with chat when you're using a game engine. I have no idea why never. Actually, I think it has been done before. Like, I'm pretty sure Dr. Disrespect heavily makes use of Unreal Engine 4 for his stuff. So I think it's been done before. Or maybe his stuff is pre-rendered. But or maybe we can play a game on top of the stream if someone does something crazy in chat. Like maybe have a chess game on top of the stream and people can control it through chat. I think that would be distracting, but like the possibilities of just displaying something in a game engine on top of the stream are a lot greater than being limited to OBS or Streamlabs OBS. I don't like Streamlabs OBS, how everything looks and how every streamer's setup now looks the same with the same boring animations. Yeah, Dr. D production quality is pretty good. Definitely. But yeah, I don't know. I think even he just utilizes OBS rewards. Like if you subscribe to him, that's the fancy stuff in the background. I don't know what he uses. Starting to think like Code Miko. Oh god, nah, I don't know. VTubers are. I don't think I it's just weird, and I can't really get over that. I think. Like what really bothers me if the mouth doesn't really sync with what the people are saying. Like if it's abstract and just like that sound wave or something, and that it's just based on volume instead of the equalizer, then it's fine. But I don't know, the Unreal Engine cartoon girls. It's pretty impressive what she does. It's just not really my thing. I need to come back to iOS. iOS is unfortunately taken by Apple, unless you mean actually Apple, which Okay, but I think that will also be a fun project for a stream, doing stuff in Godot. I've scratched the surface of Godot a bit. I think I have done the default 2D course, which is... Actually, do I have that? I think that's on my laptop. Yep, it probably is on my laptop. But Godot seems cool. Whoops. Actually, we could do the Godot stuff. We could learn a bit of Godot. I'm also very new to Godot, so that would also require learning a bunch of stuff. But let's add a new point. Learning stuff I haven't figured out yet is definitely std in. Oh, actually that we do have that on GitHub. std in, std out of Rust programs. I haven't figured that out. I know of println, but not how to handle standard input. I don't know how you can execute stuff and capture the std out. I don't know how you can use FIFOs in Rust. And I definitely don't know how to do asynchronous programming in Rust. There's a bunch of terms like futures and promises and await and stuff. I have no idea what any of that means. So yeah, we'll definitely have to figure that out. If any of you guys know that stuff, then that's cool, I guess. Maybe you can help me out a bit. Do you plan on making Incinera's work with Wayland? Yes, but not before Wayland leaves like kind of the stage where it's only relevant to people who really care about protocols or people who pretend to know stuff about protocols, which I don't really. So yeah, it needs NVIDIA support, it needs feature parity with Xorg, and it needs to be somehow better. Which I guess it already is, but you don't realize it when using it. Like, yeah, not every application needs to be in Wayland anymore. And I need my webcam to work, my screen capture in the browser, my screen capture with audio. I need screenshots to work. I need copying, pasting, clipboard stuff to work between all applications. I need my clipboard manager to work. and stuff like that. And if that's the case, NVIDIA, I think, is the biggest problem, actually. I think they have started some efforts to support GBM, I think it's called, by having Mesa support EGL streams as a backend for GBM or something crazy like that. Classic NVIDIA fashion, insert Linus. And insert this one. Oh, this is great. By the way, I've recently found out this is a reference to the Obama campaign. Isn't it? Yep, it's this style. Ah, I like this. Linus for president. Okay, so Rust execute shell command. My microphone is a bit high up. Covers part of my monitor. Citrus, like Ubuntu, ship with Wayland by default, so it must be stable enough, right? They are still, as far as I'm aware, they're still switching to Xorg if you have NVIDIA, which Ubuntu was doing for a while. Also, Ubuntu switched to Wayland, I think, in Ubuntu 17.10, and I was still using Ubuntu at that time, and I had no idea what any of the display protocol stuff was. I just noticed that it started randomly crashing my computer. Like it completely freezes or goes black, and then I have to hard reset it to get any control back. I don't know if I could have SSH'd into my computer, but computer, that was pretty British. But I was just eternally burned by that experience. Like I found out later that they switched to Wayland, and in 1804 they switched back to Xorg, and everything was fine again after that. But like, it was totally random. Sometimes it would crash every half an hour, and sometimes it would like every 4 or 5 hours. But same, just logged in. You mean into Xorg, or did you also have the freezing problems on Ubuntu 17.10? My mouth is really dry. I think I'm getting a bit of water. When I moved window to another monitor, it crashed. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I was really surprised that OBS was working at that time. I also recorded some stuff. I think I did. And OBS, through some miracle, was working. Wayland on NVIDIA, yeah. Like, it's pretty horrible. And I think they'll definitely work that out, but if they said it was already 5 years ago and honestly believed that, and it had this experience, I think we still have time before moving to Wayland really becomes something that's necessary. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Crab dance. Oh, I think I clicked something. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's go. So where is it? I think I just closed it. Oh, Nope. Rust run shell command. Okay. I think we'll just do a testing thing. cd test, cd rust, cargo new command test. Okay, we can minimize this. Oh, new Rust analyzer, definitely. Oh yeah, the IDE tools also were a reason I wanted to try Rust. Or not try Rust, but I tried it and they were really good, so I stayed with it. Okay, do I need any? I don't think I need anything special. Any more crates. So that test command equals command. Okay, it's in the standard namespace. New. Oh my god, tab 9. New. Bit scary that the language server doesn't have anything on that, but okay, I guess. Oh, okay. Undeclared type command. Yeah, but why did... Oh, okay. Wait. Still have to put this a bit lower. I hope you can still hear me okay. No, just scream in panic if the sound quality got a bit worse if I did that, when I did that. Use standard process. No, process command. There we go. Now we have something like here. Command. But I don't think we can echo hello. Okay. Dot expect. No. Dot output. Dot expect. I can also do unwrap, right? Yeah. Okay. So then we have the output, which is can we turn this into a string somehow? Test command dot status, standard out, standard error. Cool. This is a vector of chars. That's not great. What about Unicode? I'm pretty sure we need Unicode. Otherwise, or is U8 actually Unicode? Unicode 8, I think. That's probably what it says. Deprecating. Oh no. By the way, is chat still alive? You're also silent. What's U8? Oh, U8 primitive type. Okay, that was just outdated. Don't unwrap it and use output. Yeah, if I do this, I just get a result. It's alive. Great. and I can't use that. I need to do something with it. I mean, of course, later on I would use a match expression. If you don't know Rust in chat, you're probably a bit confused now. But yeah, it's an output. It's a result. To string, to ASCII. It's an unsigned integer. Rust U8 array to string. First thing on Google. I haven't used these functions yet, but str from use standard str from UTF-8. I mean, I guess. Test command dot standard out. So this should give us hello. Mismatch types. Needs to be a reference. Print ln. Oh, there's print and print ln. Cool. Whoops. Okay. So now we could execute this. Whoops. Panicked. Yeah, I think this actually needs the name of a binary, which is kind of a problem. I actually wanted a shell command. Oh, shell command echo hello. I guess that works. Okay, let's try that. Shell dot arg. Whoops. Dot arg dash c dot arg dot. So now we run the shell and give it a command as an argument, which I guess kind of makes sense, because if you're just launching a binary, you don't really want a shell wrapping it. So yeah, good job, Rust. Hallo Benny. Hallo, fellow German. Sim Shady. How do you debug a window manager? You don't, that's the neat part. I think, where's that from? Oh, that's the neat part, you don't. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of hard because you're needing all the applications and stuff. You can't really use a debugger, I think, because you need the window manager at least to launch the applications that you're using for testing. Also, replicating stuff involving third-party applications that use Xorg, it's really hard. Like, you can't really plug Firefox into a scripted debugging process. So yeah, just the cool thing about InstantWM is how fast it builds. So it can just rebuild, restart, and that's pretty fast. So echo hello world and run that. Cool. Actually, oh, I forgot something here. Be gone. Run it again. Hello world. By the way, just for really quick, where is it? Oof, that's kind of big for a hello world, but there's some stuff you can remove. Okay. So now we have that. I don't know if we can make that asynchronous, but that seems pretty good. So yeah. Do we already have a repo? No, we do not. What should we call it? My idea was instance status. Very conventional InstantOS naming scheme. Any objections? That sounds tedious. Whenever you want to test a buggy feature, everything crashes. You have to restart it via TTY. No, I have no idea why no one else really does this. But I'm wrapping InstantWM in a script that automatically restarts it. It's called start InstantOS. Actually, spat. And if I quit the window manager, it just restarts. So if I were to do pkill instant window manager right now, I would not lose all my applications and stuff. It would just restart the window manager, which for me just looks like everything gets moved to the first tag because the information where which window was gets lost. But if I point the X11 session to this wrapper script instead of the window manager, I can just restart it without having to restart the X session, which is what actually takes a long while. So restarting X can take a while, especially because you have to restart all the X applications. But restarting the window manager takes like a millisecond because it's a 50 kilobyte C program. So you can do it in, if you don't have a lot of applications open, you can just do it like once every second. And even if you enter a crash loop, then you have to go to TTY and build an older version of it, which is kind of annoying, but also works fine. You can just keep that in a separate folder. And yeah, that's really quick. It's also the reason InstantWM doesn't have to be the most stable thing ever. I think there hasn't been a bug that crashes it in quite a while. I think we've got rid of most of those. Balls. Very nice. But in case it does crash, you don't lose all your work. It just restarts the window manager and you have to move every window back to where it was, which can be tedious, but it's a long shot from just losing everything you've been working on just because the window manager crashes. So yeah. Papa Benny. Oh, by the way, I don't know what he was called before. Very nice avatar. I think, isn't there Mudahar from, or I don't know. I think maybe you should change your name back. Like, I don't really have an issue with it, but if I was just glancing over my notifications, I wouldn't really pay attention to the eye, especially because you have the same profile picture as well. Mostly if I skim through notifications, I'm looking at the profile pictures. And especially on the different services where you don't have the different color as well. People might be getting confused why I'm talking to myself because they are mistaking you for me. Like, you don't say anything outrageous in chat, which is nice. But yeah, it would be nice if you could change that back. Have you ever heard of Xifire? Yes, I have. And I've been using it a couple times if I'm introducing a feature that I'm pretty sure will introduce a crash loop. Then I'm using Xifire to spawn a second instance of the window manager that I can crash however I want without it becoming like an issue. But actually, because InstantWM restarts so fast, it's usually faster to just restart the session I'm running right now. So I've been using Xifire for some stuff, but it actually takes longer to start up than my actual window manager takes to restart. So that's why I've not been using it for most of the development in InstantWM. Does it like embed all the dependency? Because that's massive. Yes, it does, but I don't have any. Also, Rust dependencies are usually very small. Like, let's take a look at ripgrep, which is written in Rust. Yeah, that's like 4 megabytes, and if you take a look at the source code, actually, maybe it might have that. That's 38,000 lines of code. And where's the dependencies? Oh, that's actually not that many. Okay. Yeah, I think it's including some stuff like more stable memory allocator, which takes some space. The debugging stuff takes some space. The memory security takes space, or the error reporting gets into every build. So that's why it takes some space. But those 4 megabytes are mostly stuff that would be there anyway. So not everything that's this small will generate 4 megabytes of binary size. It's the runtime, yes. If you want to call it that, since it's also a systems language. Like, it's not like Go. Go just straight up includes a garbage collector, which is surprisingly small. I mean, yeah, but still. Also, I think you might be able to I think what is it called, to use shared libraries with Rust, so it doesn't just include all the dependencies in the binary, but most Linux distros don't package Rust dependencies, so that's why you won't do that. Like, in a way, the package manager for C, like the npm of C, is just pacman or apt or stuff like that. The C libraries all have packages from the distros, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because C doesn't have anything built in to the standard or anything that helps dealing with dependencies, so it's just pushed onto the distros. And with Rust, you can always get a single binary that'll just run as long as you have the operating system for it. So that's nice of Rust, I think. Part of the reason why I didn't go with Python is, of course, performance, but also because a single binary is really nice. It's really clean, and as long as it's within reason for size, I think it's fine. Konrad Rundfunk. Hi, haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so now we have this, and I think I'm just going to use clamp for parsing stuff. Okay, for the name, instance status. Status bar for instant window manager, written in Rust. True, quite busy, but still enjoying instant. Cool, long-term user. Add a readme. Actually, no. Create repository. Oh, I saw that there was repository templates. I didn't know that was a thing on GitHub. Cargo new instant status. Whoops. What's in here? Oh. I did think, is Rust interpreted? No, Rust is basically as fast as C. That's the neat part. It has a lot of the convenience features of Python and JavaScript and all that stuff, but it's actually nearly as fast as C or faster in some cases, or slower in other cases, but pretty much on par with C and C++. But it's not as verbose as both of these. It has a lot of really nice packages, which I know is kind of a dumb reason to switch to a language. But since they're both basically the same anyway, anything nice is able to sway me. But Rust is really, really fast and it's memory secure. So that means you don't have null pointers or any crazy stuff like that. The memory management is really smart in Rust. You don't really produce memory leaks that easily. Since you don't have to manually free stuff, it has an ownership concept, which the experience of programming with it is basically a lot like Python and stuff, except a bunch of restrictions are put on you and you kind of need to work with those. But those restrictions actually force you to write programs that are very good and don't have memory issues and stuff like that. So it's kind of like Python with a bunch of restrictions and very fast. But are there compilers for every platform? Yes, pretty much. I mean, Android, I think, is a bit of a special case because the apps cannot be written in every single language you might want to. But Rust is completely cross-platform. You can run it on Windows, Mac, Linux, BSD, actually. Yep. Rust is just like C++ and C. The Rust compiler has been ported to pretty much everything. Like, I think you can even use it in embedded, like in really obscure microcontrollers. And likes to complain about everything you do. Yeah, but that's kind of the neat part. Like, for example, there's this concept of results, or I think results, options. If a variable is potentially non-existent, like, for example, if you want to capture the standard output of a command, then if that command just exits without doing anything or crashes, then there's no output. So if you want to use the string that is the output, you need to account for the possibility of it not being there, like being a null string or being uninitialized. And with Rust, every single variable that could be there or could not be there has to be accounted for. Like, if you want to use a variable that could not be there, it's wrapped in an option. And that option could either be option some and option none. And if it's none, you have to do something about it. And if it's some, you have to do something about it. Like, there are some wrapper functions, some functions that are there to just do quick mock-up development, where you can just say, okay, if the value is there, proceed and read that value out. And if the value is not there, crash the program. But the cool thing is, with every single option, like with every single value, or for example, if you want to fetch something from the internet, if you're not connected to the internet, that thing will not be there. And because it's wrapped around an option, you are forced by the compiler to account for the possibility of it not being there. And the IDE, by noticing it's an option, also knows that the value might or might not be there. So it also can assist you in dealing with the situation. And if a value is guaranteed to be there, so if you just initialize an integer with a number, unless your CPU is broken, that'll be there. So it'll just let you do your thing. And it's random stuff like this. Like, technically, the option thing is a restriction, but it forces you to make programs that don't crash as often. Didn't know that Rust is fast. Thought about learning C++, but Rust seems like more JS language feature-wise. Definitely not JavaScript-like, but yeah, I mean, it's planning. People are planning to introduce it to the Linux kernel. I think it already has been. I don't know. But it's a really nice language. It gets you C and C++ stuff plus the nice stuff from Python and JavaScript. Like for example, also if statements don't need parentheses. If you want to return a value, you can just write the value without a semicolon. Looping is really convenient. Rust for. Like, you can do this for n in 1 to 101. This is shorter than Python, actually. In C, you would have to do for I equals 0, I smaller than I++, which is, I think, a lot less readable than just this. And of course, for name and names, in C, you would have to have some kind of array iterator, and then have a variable that have also an integer that iterates. You need to know the length of the array. You have to have an integer that gets increased with each iteration of the loop, and then have a variable that is that thing, like that is I can edit this. I like this. Like you have let thing equals test I, which is like a ton more verbose. And given that most of the for loops you write are basically this is really convenient compared to C and C++. And it's stuff like this that makes it nice. Are there list comprehensions? What's a list comprehension? Ooh, I don't know if it has that. Probably not. Yeah, saves you time for looking for weird bugs. It does force you to spend more time writing with the option thing, but in the end it saves you time. It prevents you from being stupid. Okay, moving on with stuff. Whoops. Ooh, I recently switched to SSH for stuff. There we go. Let's try that again. And there it is. Oh no, oh god. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. As someone who hasn't looked at Rust yet, why not C#? Fast, simple to write and read. You can include stuff. I think it's not as convenient as Rust, to be honest. Also, it's not really known in Linux development. But I think it's NuGet called. Yeah, it's NuGet. Also, yeah, blah blah. I prefer Mozilla over Microsoft. But no, in all seriousness, I don't care that it's affiliated with Microsoft. I mean, the language clearly has a life on its own, but C#, I think the tools for it are mostly Visual Studio, and Rust Analyzer seems more cross-platform. I think the big turn of C# is Visual Studio for sure. Golang is also nice. But I think Rust is faster. Yeah. Also, one of the reasons why I wanted to try Rust is that a lot of really, really well done utilities are using it, which I'm attempting instance status to be. So ripgrep is written in Rust, bat is written in Rust, fd is written in Rust, exa is written in Rust, and all of these are just rock solid. Like, seriously, they're practically flawless in their execution. So yeah, that's why I wanted to try Rust. Which I guess is kind of irrational, since I'm pretty sure you can write shitty programs in any language. But yeah. FZF is Go, I think, but there's also a rewrite of it in Rust. Can you use clibs in Rust? I'm pretty sure you can. There's like an unsafe mode in Rust that allows you to use C features that don't have all the safety features of Rust, but also allow you to do a bit more stuff that probably can end up biting you in the back. Biting you, I don't know. Ripgrep, yeah, RG is, I think we looked at that previously. Okay, git remote add origin. Oh, by the way, did we init that? Yeah. I wanted to switch all the branch names to main instead of master. So maybe I can, if I just go to git init, no, there it is. Git config global init default branch name main. So actually, what if has that done anything to my git config? Yeah. It has. Okay. Git config read. See what has it done. Okay, it's I wanted to switch to a different git diff thing, and I've seen something recently on Reddit, I think, and it was not diff so fancy. It was even fancier. I think maybe it was in console. Trading off again. What was it? Stack share. Delta, I think it was Delta. Yeah, there it is. Oh, look at that, written in Rust. I think diff so fancy is in Go, probably, I'm guessing. Perl. Okay, that explains the performance. Okay, but Delta looks promising. So, yeah. Does this have, I think this, it doesn't have syntax highlighting. That's right. That's why I wanted to switch. That's also one of my biggest gripes with, what's it called, Fugitive for Vim, it doesn't have syntax highlighting. And this is really cool. Like, it even shows you the characters that you changed. And yeah, this is awesome. Do you have it installed? I do. The main way you can. Okay. I think you can set it here. Pager. Div delta log delta. Interactive. Delta color only features interactive. Delta features decorations. Okay. Did I just copy this? This looks so much better than the default git div, and also git div so fancy. Will you add your bat config to instant dot files? The default doesn't look good in the terminal. I think I already have, but I'm not sure. What I'm also not liking about my bat config right now is that the line numbers are barely visible. I don't know if I can change that. What do you think about Lua? Haven't checked it out really yet. I have planned on learning it. I think it might be useful for some stuff. No strong opinions on it. Scala 3 has more features even compared to Rust. Scala 3. Huh. Oof. Okay. That's another rabbit hole. LazyGit. I am using LazyGit, or I have started using it. It's really nice. LazyGit is, yeah, really good. Cheap virtual threads without async await bullshit. That sounds nice. Git fiend. Okay. Whoops. That looks closed source. Is it there? I think it's closed source. Ooh, yeah. Keeping my options open. I mean, you've kept them open for a long time. Okay. No. Nope. Okay. Bam. And then this can go. Whoops, what happened here? Why didn't this copy? There it is. There, interactive, delta, features decorations, interactive, e plus minus markers false. Blue, oh, I think I can leave that as is. This doesn't seem too good looking. Let's keep that as is. Delta for git and main name. Why is async bad though? I think you need the library to explicitly support it, else you don't really have a way to use it. Have you tried using Git UI? I have, and the UI isn't as good. And my Git repos aren't fast enough for it really to matter. Like, maybe it's faster, but really, who cares with how small my repos are. And actually, I think it crashed when I tried using Git crypt, so it doesn't seem as stable yet. Okay. So now I can... Ooh, fancy. Although I'm not a fan of this green. I have to change that. Okay. Git main rm rf.git. Nothing in here. And it's main. Awesome. And it's still using master. Cargo new cargo new change branch name. Cargo init. What's this? Calling Git init, the default branch is still master, even though some websites have changed this. Workaround. I think I'm spending too much time on this. Let's just do git checkout -b main, and that's that. We don't need to care about master. This must have been asked before, but what computer are you running right now? I don't think that has been asked a lot. It's nothing special. It's the first gen Ryzen and a GTX 1060 when you could get those things. Actually, no, it was towards the end of the first mining boom, so the price was still slightly inflated. And I thought, if it goes back up, I have to wait another long time to get one, so I bought it for slightly above the normal price at that time. But yeah, 16 gigs of RAM, an SSD, and a Ryzen 1700. Git remote add origin. This thing. Git push. Actually, let's hello world 2018 dependencies print hello world. Why has it got two cargo tunnels? I don't really understand that. Wait, what? Did I actually? Oh no. Did it just I'm a dum-dum. Did it just create a submodule? I did, right? One last time. There we go. Init. Set upstream, origin main. Boom. Okay. And now oh god. It's not in the right. Okay, transfer ownership. Instant OS. Yup. Instant OS instance status already exists. Are you kidding me? Ah, okay, it's the DWM blocks fork. Transfer ownership. Paperbenny archive. Which is my trash account, basically. Get back to this. Transfer ownership. I understand. Whoops. There we go. Finally. Okay. License will probably be GPL version 2. Review and submit. Commit to the main branch. Add a README. Git pull. Sorry to be off topic, but have you tried Qt browser? I have, and I think something didn't work, so I went back to Firefox with Vimium, which works pretty well, to be honest. Like, I like the mouse, I like Vimium, I use both. Okay. So what we definitely need is like a struct for an applet. Please update your Rust. What's wrong with my Rust? Update. Yeah. Yeah, totally forgot I didn't have that in the package manager and instead was using Rust up. It's quite chunky. Uiuiui. So, wait, what's it doing now? Rust C, okay. Rust SRC, Rust analysis, Rust docs. Clippy? What's Clippy? Bunch of lints. Oh, seems to be a linter. Okay. So now if I press enter again, yeah, jumped up 2 versions. Okay. Not sure if anything has changed that I'll notice, but now we can get started. Okay. Actually, it's also been a while since I've worked on Immosit, so let's open that up in the second screen that you can't see. So I definitely need abstract applet, which needs it needs a timer, like a refresh timer. Let's call it time, which is an unsigned 32-bit integer, in case you want to wait a few years. We're going on top of it now. I know. I can't believe it either. We need a script, which will be... Should we do a path or a string? Let's do a string. Then how can we add okay, implement applet fn render print. Oh, there it is. No, it's tab 9. There's the actual thing. Println hello. If I remove the ln, is it still valid? And then definitely do fn new. And that'll be applet. And it'll return, how do you construct literals again? Applet line, time 0. Let's just do a hello world thing. Script is a string from hello world. What am I doing? So yeah, and now I should be able to do world. Okay, the typo is actually helping me to distinguish it from the normal hello world program. Applet. Holy shit, that was an accurate prediction. No method called render. It does though. The candidate is defined in an input for the type applet. And what's the problem here? Am I not allowed to call it that? Oh, self. Yeah. But then why is new fine? Thanks, by the way. What plugin are those predictions? It's called Rust Analyzer. It also has some really nice features like add app equals applet.new. And then it just does this, which is amazing. Okay. Cargo run. Course new returns an applet. Ah. And Why exactly is it exempt from needing? Ah, okay, so that's just a feature. Like if it returns something else, I presume I can't do that. Tester. Unsigned 32 thing. Return this, and then it'll probably complain. No? Would it not? That's an associated function now. But if I have if I want to have an associated function that doesn't return anything, why can't I have that? Yeah, you can see that I'm pretty new to Rust. Rust associated functions. Or yeah, if anyone in chat knows, please. I'm confused. I am confusion. Associated functions. Declares a signature for an associated function definition. Written as a function item, except if the function body is replaced with a what? Rust Analyzer doesn't do those types of predictions. Okay, so if I run this, it'll give me an error? No, it's fine. Oh, Rust Analyzer. I'm using it with COC. I don't know, maybe if you use the built-in LSP, it doesn't work, or if you're using Visual Studio Code, it doesn't work, but this is just the COC plugin. But yeah, why can't I have an empty associated function? And if I don't return anything, error, then, what? Okay, man, never mind. I'm stupid. If it was an associated function, I'd have to do this and have to remove this, then it'll work. But of course I can't call an associated function on an instance. Okay, never mind. Question answered. Okay, but we actually ran it. It's warnings, not errors, I know. But the first one said that it was an associated function and that I called it on an instance, and that's of course invalid. It's just doing this though. Oh, okay. And now I presume I can do this self.script. It's probably a reference to this. Wait. How can I turn a string into a string literal? I thought there was what I had to do. Okay. Format. No, I just do this. Self.script. And because it's a reference, I think I can borrow it, or is it now gone if I do this? No, works. Yep, but why is it not gone if I do it twice? Because I think I borrowed it though. Or is it because self is a reference? Or because it's a macro? Okay. So what we need is, actually, let's pull up the fancy new documentation. We have this. So the render definitely needs a bit of padding so that they have like a separation. So let's do print. I'm definitely not hard coding this indefinitely, but for now let's keep it like this. F and then this. In case you're wondering what that is it's markup for the status bar. That'll give them a bit more spacing. So this basically means move the drawing cursor to the beginning of the status line and then move it forward by 11 pixels. And then it'll just print the script name. I think we need, oh, whoops, sorry. Oh yeah, we need to settle on where, oh god, way too much stuff here. You get closed, and you're getting closed, Okay, we cleaned up stuff a little bit. That got done pretty quick. We need to figure out a way to get the XDG directories because I want to have multiple locations. Actually, where should we put it? I think .config is a good idea, but yeah. My plan is that people can put applets in user share instant status applets, which will basically be the stock applets that it ships with. And you can, of course, define your own applets and put them there. So it looks through both of these directories, and if it finds the applet there, then it'll use it. So in the new thing, Rust XDG Deers. Is there config dir? There it is. Isn't Deers deprecated or something? First dependency, yay. 5 months ago, that seems fine. Okay. Use Deers. Actually, is Deers installed or why is it not complaining? Whoa, what? Is Deers pre-installed? Or am I missing something here? Why does it have auto completions already? Yeah, now it compiled Deers. Oh, I don't know, maybe it cached it somewhere. Okay, so we need to find out the XDG config directory. Just config dir. Let's try config dir. Config dir is a function, right? Yeah, path buffer. Oh Jesus, that's a path buffer. Rust Analyzer does its own building. Oh, so it's keeping a copy of each package. Oh, okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay, path buff. Oh, okay. Path buff is fields omitted. Thank you. Owned mutable path akin to string. push. What's this then? Extends. Okay, makes sense. Okay. Exists. Okay, pretty intuitive. And I presume we can get the path out of it. Less than, greater than. Okay. Box, join, push. Can we get to a string? Okay, because we need. Actually, we don't. Okay. But I think config here actually should fail if it doesn't exist. Oh, actually, we should create the config directory if it doesn't exist. Rust create directory if not exists. I've googled this already. Create direction R in stdfs. Okay. If let config dir equals actually how would you do global variable? I know they're bad, but stay with me for a second here. How would you do global variables in Rust? Because if they're in main, you can't just directly access them here, right? Or at least I think you can't. Let tester equals 5. So far so good. And then print static. I guess that'll work, but if they need computation to be initialized, like then I think that doesn't work. We don't do that here. So would you store all the data in an object and then pass that to the function? I think Xorg does it that way. Like you initialize displays and then you pass that display to each function that uses it. So that each function doesn't have to talk to Xorg to get all the display data. So they can just reuse the data, but you still have to pass the object. So it's an additional, it just makes the prototype more verbose, I guess, but you can deal with it. Unless that's a hack and I've just been misled by DWM. Print and then tester. I think that probably doesn't work. Yep. Uh-oh. Okay. Should we just do... So the way you deal with this, I have no idea, but anyone who's more knowledgeable than me, the way you would deal with this is to create an object that contains all the global data and then always pass a reference to that object to each function that needs the global data, because of obviously recreating the global data each time you use a function that uses it is pretty expensive. But I don't know. Okay. Yeah, seems kind of hacky to do that, to be honest. Rust global variable. I've read this as well. Heap allocation is performed at runtime. And I don't want to do unsafe. That's definitely a hack. Okay, that's problem for future me. Config config dir dot unwrap if conf dir dot exists, then standard dot fs dot, what was it, create dir all, and then what do I need? A path. That probably won't work. Yeah. Result that must be used. Oh, it does. Interesting. Dot push. This takes a path. Okay, this is verbose, really verbose compared to bash. And I'm using unwrap, which I shouldn't. Path. New, and then this takes a string, hopefully. That Rust? Yes, it is. And I'm new to it, and yeah, kind of lost, but figuring stuff out. New, and then instant status. Oop. Yeah, this doesn't work. Expected 0. From? Is from a thing? Okay. Documentation. Fast new. Yeah, that's what I. Oh. Okay. Shouldn't it be inside of the? Oh, it shouldn't be inside. Okay, thank you. Should be here. Path new instant OS. Path new instance status. Oh, okay. Since it's mutable, I need to put this on another line. Conf dir dot push. There we go. Cannot mute. Whoops. So now it's mutable. I have this. If conf dir dot exists, create dir conf dir dot unwrap. There we go. And just to check. Instance status doesn't exist. Cargo run. It successfully rendered the bit of text, unsurprisingly. And there it is. Perfect. Okay. Maybe should we do a welcome message? Probably not. Okay. Actually, I did create a little program that sets this directly without needing to resort to standard output, just using by talking directly to X and not piping into X name, X at root dash name, and I lost it. But I remember writing that in C or Rust, so I probably have to go back check that out. But that's a problem for future me. So now we can check if stuff exists. So this is probably, yeah, I think we might leave this as a string. And yeah, then we'll check if the path exists. And if it doesn't, like if you say I want the applet foo and foo isn't a script in your applet directories, then it obviously should give you an error. Shouldn't completely crash, just skip the applet. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. Name string. Associated function defined here. Yes, and again, I have to check this stuff out. Probably something stupid that I'm missing. Associated function defined here. Oh god. Something stupid. 100%. Ah, okay. Never mind. There it is. Yes. Thank you, Polly. Hello. And this is a string literal, so it's complaining again. If I change this to str. No. Okay, just pass a string from. There we go. And it's unused. Script is name. And relative line numbering. Yep. It's really, really good for jumping around. That's why I have it. But yeah, for viewers, it might be a bit confusing to point out line numbers. That's true. Okay. Then add mute. So if it exists in the config directory, then it uses the config one. And if it doesn't exist there, and instead in the user share directory, it uses the user share one. Meaning that if, I think there's someone outside, hopefully the noise cancellation. Okay. I'm doing AMP too much. Programming brain. Let mute. So yeah, it's checking confdir first, and then if that doesn't exist, then it's falling back to user share. Equals, oh, so we'll probably have to give this a path. No, actually, yes. Let's use an enum. Enum applet location, which has user and global. Is this how you're supposed to do an enum? Yeah, I think. Okay. Which means location, applet location, location, applet location user. Just to do the hello world thing. Still complaining? What? What's the issue? Unexpected token. Oh, is there an issue here? Nope. Something dumb again. Oh, there it is. Nope. Greetings. Hi. What's the issue here? Returns nothing. It does though. Return. If this works, I'm gonna be angry. Oh, it's an unfinished statement here. Never mind. Yep. Looking very rusty. Yep, indeed. Okay. Config dir dot unwrap conf path equals. I think the applets should get a subdirectory. So we'll push #9 is doing crazy stuff. Path colon new applets. I think we need a format in here. Applet slash and then put the name in here. Like this. Nope. Why not? Why are you complaining? Struct string. Yeah, but I'm doing a reference though. Am I not? Isn't this what you want? Oh. Where's the ampersand? There it is. Why? Why are you doing this? Ah. Looks painful. Thank you. Very motivating. Why? Mismatch types. I have this some. There. This is a string as well. What's the issue here? If anyone knows, please. So it's pushing here. Oh, maybe it needs a reference. No, we have it like this there. Path is not own type, but still being created by format. So you have to borrow the string created by format. Oh yeah, it's underlining the whole thing. All right. Thank you. And then Should we give them a special file extension? Is that a good idea? What's a good file extension? .applet.sh. Or .iStatus. What's a good extension name for applets instead of just a shell script? Let's stay with applet.sh for now. Or maybe if someone has a better idea, just put it in the chat. Let mute applet path. Why do you need .sh? Because then people know it's a shell script without opening it. iced. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yep. I like ist. Yeah, ist is good. It's also shorter. Yeah, I'm doing the file extension so that IDEs don't get as confused, because sometimes you have to manually set the syntax. And yeah, just so you can recognize. Okay, and if that exists, we obviously need to return an option as well then. If applet path dot exists. I'm kind of scared that it's not giving me any autocompletion. If applet path dot there it is dir, which obviously it shouldn't be. If not applet path whoops. If not applet path dot exists, then or then println eprintln, the standard error. Also really convenient. I think C is a bit more verbose. Applet name does not exist. Doofus. Option applet. This then needs to be option.sum. Cool. And otherwise, option none. Mismatch type. Why? Okay. Expected unit type return. I mean, if it oh, now it works. Okay. Sum for short. That's cool. But I should remove this, and then it's still doing this. Okay. Ah, yeah, because it knows it's an option, so obviously none has to be part of the enum. Cool. And then I can remove the option from here as well. That's also nice of Rust. You can also use a lot of generics or templates, I think they're called in C++, without explicitly doing stuff. Because just Rust can just get that information by looking at how you use it. It's not the last form, so it needs to explicitly say return. Oh, thank you. By the way, Xeril, welcome. Long time. I don't know. Sometime no see. And then I need to unwrap this before I can render it. If the if statement were the last item, you'd be okay. Cool. Can you do something like return if something greater than 2, 3, else 4? Yes. You can do that. In fact, Rust doesn't have a ternary operator. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Like the ternary operator is with a question mark and the colon. Rust doesn't have that for whatever reason. But actually, ternary operators are pretty hard to write, but not that intuitive to read. Like before I learned C, I didn't know what that was. I don't think with a one-liner you'd even need the curly braces, but I'm not sure on that. Whoops, wrong Firefox. Rust ternary operator. I've Googled all of this, just forgot it. Oh, you do actually need the curly braces. Interesting. Huh. You need curly. That's true, else it couldn't distinguish really. Okay. And can I copy stuff? Can I clone them? Because I kind of need that. Oh. Yep, I can clone it. Let mute user path equals applet path dot clone. It's a path buff now. User path. No, I don't need that actually. That was a dumb idea. If that doesn't exist, then I'll check the global path, which means let global path. I can use shadowing. So if I do this, I won't create a memory leak, right? Path colon new, and then slash user slash share slash instant status slash applets slash. Okay, I need to format this. Not forget the ampersand this time. .ist.sh. And of course, need to pass the name. Whoops. Found and path. How's that the case? Path buff. Okay. Let global path equals, actually we do need, okay. If, oh, we don't need this actually, we can just do applet path dot is file. Then we know it exists and it's a directory, if this is true. Or false rather, because, you know, if global path dot is file, else do this stuff. That's a weird kind of formatting. What's the issue here? Temporary value dropped while borrowed. Consider using a let binding to create a longer lived value. Oh, lifetimes are actually a feature that I haven't learned yet. So I might have to consult the Rust book for this. Uh-oh. Temporary value dropped while borrowed. Am I dropping anything here? Path buff colon from test. Oh. And what's the difference between path and path buff? Cool. Thank you. Still need to learn about lifetimes. Path is like a reference to path buff. Oh, okay. So yeah, why isn't it a reference though? Probably because of reasons. Okay. If it's a file, then do stuff. Actually, let's do this. Else, oops, this needs a closing bracket. If applet path is file, then I'm thinking about giving them. Nah, I think I'll do it via parameter. Okay. If applet path is a file, meaning the user has created the applet, then we'll do. Actually, let's create a mutable applet. Get mute. Or actually, that's not. Let mute location applet location. Cool. And then location equals user. So I can, no, okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's assigned but never read. Location. I think you can use a shorthand here, actually. Use of possibly uninitialized value, of course. There we go. So now the location is the user. and else it'll stay as the global location. Shorthand struct initialization. So that would be just this. Yep. Okay. You could probably do path buff from with applet path too. Applet path is a path buff. It's just that I create it using the config.dir function because I need the XCG directory. Hello, I submitted a pull request to your docs repo about a week ago. It'd be nice if you checked it. Yeah, I was on vacation, so I think I didn't do anything. I might have done, like, I don't know, probably nothing. So yeah, I've been gone for a while, but it's me, I'm back now. Where is it? Internationalization. Yeah, I haven't tested it yet, but looks cool. Whoops. I had to move everything to the English folder. I mean, it'd be cool if you could start the translation before moving everything. Maybe that's kind of a good idea. But apart from that, yeah, cool. Or actually, yeah, you do have to move everything before starting the translation, but it'd be cool if you included some translation in the pull request. Okay. So now we've checked if the applet exists. We've told the applet where it is, or which kind of applet it is, user or global. And now I think we gotta, yeah. Do we already do? Maybe we should commit something. I don't know. Or is it too early? Okay. Init applet. And thanks to SSH, we can push without repository moved. Wait, what? From main to main. Oh. Commit early, commit often. Yeah, in case you mess stuff up. Git chainsaw? Is that like a saying? Oh, what's this? Apache chainsaw. I've never heard of this. Java-based GUI software to analyze computer log files? I don't know. We're talking about the same thing. Also working on Polish translation and added a tutorial in README on how to add a new language. Ah, cool. Oh, interactive rebasing. Yeah. Oh, commit early, commit often, but no, probably not push often. Then, oh. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. The rebasing. Okay, but now we can actually do the render function a bit better. So should we do really abstract for the path data? Because okay, yeah, let's just do it. Okay, is there a way to convert a path buffer to a string? Probably to string or to underscore string. Let's try it. Let tester equals conf dir to string, which is then an option. We can unwrap that. Or we just give each applet its own path buffer. Maybe that's easier. But we still need the enum though. Because we need to source the thing and then execute it in bash. Which means that for render, it's standard process command. Use std process command. And render definitely shouldn't print stuff. We should output a string. Or a string literal. Let's do string first. Then string from hello. And then it should actually return an option to a string, because if a script decides to disable itself, then we should account for that. But let's keep it like this at first. Then let out string equals command dot new, which would be bash then, dot arg dash c dot arg. And here's the interesting bit. Echo hello. Dot output dot unwrap dot std out, which of course will be changed. Dot to string. Actually, we don't have that. Match missing an arm, which would be result has error and okay. And let's do okay first. Okay would then include an output. Come on. Output and the other one would be error. And if I don't want to do anything with the error, then I just do this, right? Yeah, and not complaining, except it's returning the wrong thing. String let mute. Yeah, it returns an option. None. Okay. So in case it has an output, then return output dot, no, there was str dot from UTF-8. Oh, wrong one. It was from UTF-8. Yeah. Kind of concerned why it doesn't. Oh. There it is. Output. Ooh. No complaints from Rust Analyzer. Definitely a good sign. And in case there's an error, then just return nothing, which is done here. So that's definitely fine. And of course, the echo hello needs to be replaced. Missing semicolon in imports. Thank you. Semicolon police or guardian angel, which can be different things. Mismatched types. Oh, there it is. Wait, this is an option, right? Expected. Oh, string from this stuff. Nope. This stuff. Some of this stuff. There we go. And this needs to be what? Output dot standard out. There we go. Okay. So then this should return some hello in our case. Let's try that. Let tester equals, this is an option of string. Unwrap that. Print ln professional debugging tools. Run that stuff. That's my cargo. Panicked. Nice. Where's the none value coming from? Oh, of course. There's no hello thing. Okay. So far, so good. Where are we? Are we unwrapping stuff? Applet doesn't exist. Rust backtrace equals 1. So this means line 66, right? Yep. Okay, .render.unwrap. Okay, it's returning nothing here. Right? Command new bash argc arg echo hello. This is pretty much the exact same here, right? Output. Why is it not doing anything here? So if I do println, I'm a professional, I know. If I do this, then I just applet hello does not exist, which then means yeah, okay. So I'm unwrapping an applet that doesn't exist, of course, because it fails even earlier. Or actually in this line, because I'm doing it all in one line. So if we create that applet, which would then be in no, I need a terminal. So cd. I can't look at my keyboard as well with the microphone in the way, and I'm not totally comfortable with touch typing yet. So that's why my typing is a bit off. cd.config. No. Actually, let's create the applets directory as well. Applets. Touch hello.ist.sh. Then it should not panic anymore. What's happening here? Still panicking. Hello does not exist. It does though. Oh. If applet path is file. Applet path would then be applet path.push applets ist.sh. Why is it not doing that though? Applet hello does not exist. It does. It do be existing. Oop, I think I've seen a mosquito. I better close the window. I'm gonna get in and maybe I'll kill that one. Brutal murderer. I'm back. Okay, it's still panicking. Unwrap. Oh, missing a semicolon. There we go. So now it should panic on line 66. .56 actually. Yeah, that makes sense. That unwrap. Okay. If an applet path is file, print ln applet path dot to. Did Rust just die, or what happened here? Oh, of course. Print ln applet path. What's display? To string. Doesn't implement. How can I display a path buffer? I've Googled that as well. Oh, Jesus. Into string. Oh, I just need to unwrap this, I think. Yep. It's /home Benjamin config applet. Oh god. Okay. There's the issue. It's searching directly in applets. Now it works. Okay, perfect. The more I see, the less I'm determined to learn Rust properly. I'm scaring people. Yeah, it seems to have more restrictions than C, but I mean they are preventing you from messing up badly. Okay. So now it outputs hello, and if we change this, perfect. And now we can actually do something inside of hello ist.sh. So, whoops. Bin bash echo hello. And actually, where's my document? There it is. Status display should be one function inside there. Status display. Echo hello. So if we need to get the path of the script, and I think that's a separate function. Def Python fn get path, and we need the string path actually. So self option, actually not an option. We know that if the thing is initialized, it has a path. Okay, so if actually match self dot location user means we need to return string com and format. This needs to be the location of the XCG base directory. I think we really shouldn't do that in each call of the thing, which means okay. Still not sure if this is a good idea, but I'll just do it. XCG path string. Late night coding stream. Yes, it's getting quite late, but yep. I'm having fun right now. Oh, Osako is new here, by the way, I think. Fiery O. How's the stream doing, by the way? I haven't checked in ages. I think I don't even have the stream dashboard open anymore. Oh, no, there it is. 4. We've dropped quite a bit. Come back, guys. Where's... Okay, chat is here. That doesn't seem right. Like, we have more than 5 people writing in chat. Or maybe we're all European and people are starting to do other stuff now. I've been to your streams before, but didn't chat. Ah, cool. In this case, welcome to chat. Config path, which will contain the config, the XCG config. This is, yeah, of course, everything is unreachable here. And we'll just initialize let data impl status data fn new status data. Okay, we just comment this. This annoys me. Tab 9 is going completely nuts. Config dir dot to string no dot to string into string. Oh Jesus! How can I turn a string a path buffer into a string? I feel like we've done this before, even today, haven't we? Yes, we did. We're printing this thing. Oh. What are you coding? I'm doing a status bar for InstantWM and by extension DWM too. I can just disable some stuff and it'll be DWM compatible. But it's a lot more advanced than, say, DWM blocks, or is there anything else even? Or the bash script that is used in InstantOS right now, or other DWM setups? We have printed, we have definitely, oh, there it is. ToString, okay. ToString. Not sure why it's not showing. Okay, I need to unwrap it first. Okay. Unwrap. ToString. What? Ah, dot unwrap. There we go. Of course, this is emoji support is very important to the emoji party. Yeah, emojis have an issue with font rendering, which slows it down by a ton if you don't have an emoji font. That's why they're disabled right now, but I'll figure out a way to re-enable them. Also, yeah, personally, I think, what's it called? Font awesome looks a lot better than emojis. But yeah, if people want to have emojis. I could just add a third font to the default selection. And then if people really want to use different fonts, then I can give them the option to re-enable traditional font rendering. Because what I think DWM does by default, if a symbol isn't in your font, then it goes through every font on the system until it finds a font that has that symbol. And if that happens to be the 50th one, then yeah, each frame takes a while to render. Especially because it doesn't seem to cache the font results, which seems rather strange. Get data equals config, or what's it called again? Status data. There we go. And then are they public by default? I don't think private is even a thing, right? So caches are against minimalist philosophy. Yep. As long as it's just CPU, which is harder to measure, it's all fine. Okay. So now render needs to have data, which is in turn status data. And then this is invalid. So we've got to pass the data to it. Actually, just a reference to it. We don't want to lose that yet. So this is also a reference then. Cool. CPUs are getting smarter anyway. When the next CPU generation drops. Yeah, baby. I don't think you can hear that, can you?
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
I love that clip. Ooh, I'm in my recommended. How old is InstantOS? When did you first start making it? I think the beginning of 2020. Like barely pre-COVID. Or if you count me switching to DWM first, then a bit older. Okay, so match self dot location. Settle which then would be user. Tab 9 is just completely confused by Rust. Global with user being Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. I've never heard that. I've heard of Austin Powers, but isn't that the weird looking guy with the glasses? Yeah. By the way, is the audio working?
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
I love that the dog just comes up too. Okay. User being then we gotta have a path first. Script path equals no actually, how would I tell everything that's outside of this that it's definitely getting initialized? Actually, maybe the compiler is smart enough to figure that out. If I initialize it in both arms, it should be able to figure out that it's definitely initialized. So let script path colon string, and then script path equals string from format, and then do the whole shebang. Data dot whoa. Config path. Am I able to access that? I hope I am. So far, it's complaining. Cannot move out of self location, which is behind a shared reference. Move occurs because these variables have types that don't. Am I using anything here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to borrow it. Which then gives me no errors because, yeah. Ugh, spreading COVID in my house. I don't know if you even were able to hear that or if the RA noise. Actually, do I have that enabled or can you hear my keyboard and everything? Where is it? Microphone. Yep, still there. Okay. This then would be config path, instance status, applets, slash, actually here is the name. No, we need two of them. .isd.sh. Which programming languages do you know? C, Python, JavaScript. I mean, no is a strong word, but yeah, those three. I mean, a bit of Rust. Bash definitely. I know Bash. What else? Java, but also not a whole ton of it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Or actually, I do have some on my website. I mean, yeah. As far as programming languages go, I think that's pretty much it. I definitely should learn a functional language like Haskell sometime. C++, I know a bit of C++. Did that in university. Am I here again? OBS just gave me the message that it disconnected. Which is not great. Has the stream been choppy or anything? It just gave me the message that it disconnected. Maybe YouTube latency figured it out. Would Pascal be useful for developing Incinerace? I have no idea. Is Pascal not really old? Or am I confusing this? Save? Imperative? I don't think so. Probably not. Yeah, one of the first structured programming languages. I don't think it's very useful for anything these days. Is Pascal programming still used? Still used as an introduction to programming. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, we learned SQL, which is an interesting choice. Is SQL Turing complete, by the way? I don't know. Okay. We have this stuff, and we're missing a second positional argument, which would be self.name. And we'll just borrow it. Still complaining. Ooh. Script. Actually, maybe we should replace script with name. OCCAML. I've heard of that, but only the name. General purpose multi-paradigm programming languages. Is that like pseudocode or? No, it seems to be an actual programming language. Ooh. Why don't they just start with HTML and JavaScript? Then our teacher tried to get Microsoft Express to work, which failed miserably because of our lockdown school system. And we never wrote a line of code in a computer, which is fine if you handle it right. Like, you can teach people concepts without teaching them like specific syntax or names of packages, which will be different in 20 years anyway. But we actually learned like a specific product, which was Microsoft flavored SQL, without ever getting to use the product. And most people went away from that class thinking that programming is dealing with tables all day. And yeah, it was weird. I don't think many people out of my class went into computer science. Okay, we're getting a bit long here. Oh, okay. Rust Analyzer has our back. So now the script path should be the correct path to the actual script. Duh. And same thing here, script path equals string. Actually, we can just return something out of this expression. I just noticed. Microsoft likes to get them early, like a good drug dealer. Give out the stuff for free. Yeah, Autodesk is really, really insane when it comes to this. Like, they give out these $4,000 a year, or actually half a year, I don't know, programs to university students. Like, if you have a university email, you can just get Maya. Actually, I have it installed, and it's a horrible program. Like, holy shit, they just think no one can get them. And this wasn't there before, but like it's they just, it's very powerful, don't get me wrong, but the experience of using it is not fun. And they have the feeling that they don't need to change that. But yeah, they're just giving that away to universities, and they're teaching it to the people, and then these people go on to use Autodesk products and teach other people the products. Bam. So, yeah, like Autodesk 80 euros a month is very is I'd be surprised if Maya was that cheap. Annual subscription is $1,700. Holy shit. Yep. Oh god, okay. Monthly subscription. Oh no, that's if you buy it for a year. If you pay monthly, then it's $215. Holy shit. Yeah, like $80 is cheap compared to Autodesk. And Maya can just do one thing, which is animation. The rest sucks so bad that you need to pay for other programs to do it. So if you're using Maya, you also need ZBrush, you need a compositor, you need probably separate rendering software, definitely separate rendering software. And yeah, Maya can just do one thing, and the rest sucks. So you need a ton of programs. Maya is not Microsoft. Yeah, but Maya does the same thing as Microsoft, which is just giving away education and programs. Oh no, Maya is Autodesk. Autodesk is famous for buying up programs and then mushing them into Maya. Or buying 3ds Max and just letting it die. I think Maya never was something you could buy. It always was a subscription model, but I'm not sure. And they're already publishing Maya 2022, of course. Being early. But yeah, I think Maya can do a lot of crazy stuff. But like the UI is just, wait a sec. Maybe I can pull that up. Log into my Autodesk email. I hope I'm not doxing myself here or anything. It's loading. Oh, I think I need to update my authentication thing. That's also pretty bad. Like what Autodesk has is this authentication service that I need to permanently run in the background on, I don't know, yeah, maybe, that I need to permanently run in the background of my system in order to use their programs. Like it's a systemd service. They're that worried about piracy. Okay, while my system is updating and hopefully the stream doesn't break down. String from /user/share /instant status /applets / and now we also got to format that. Is it possible to keep an application open source while still making people pay for it? Not really. Unless you introduce online functionality that needs a server to work, people can just edit any authentication out of the application. Like in most cases, people might be either too lazy or not malicious enough to cut into your revenue. Like for example, Asaprite is a good example. Asaprite is Asaprite still open source? Is it still open source? License. Oh. It seems like they changed the license and somebody created LibreSprite. But Asaprite used to be open source, but just distribute binaries on Steam, which means, or itch.io, which means that in order to get the program and just use it, you had to pay. And it probably, I don't know if it had some authentication, but in order to get it for free, you had to compile it, which could get really painful on Windows. And if you're on Linux, then yeah, you can do it, but you probably also have the skills. But people weren't malicious enough to just compile it and redistribute compiled versions of it, as far as I'm aware. Or disagree, you can get paid for open source via tech support and setup and also sharing and implementing new features. That's true. Like that's a business model of Red Hat and Canonical. I thought the question was more like in the way of forcing people to pay for the application, which you cannot do. Like tech support is not something that's really open source because it's interactions with a human. But there's no way to force people to to pay for using an application. Of course, you can create stuff around the application that makes it basically the best choice to pay for it, or just be nice and people want to be nice to you, maybe. Or people rely on the application and they need it to be maintained and need new features. When you paid for stuff is actually more of a hassle than pirating at the risk of malware, then you clearly did something right as a company. Yep. Like games decreasing their performance just so people can pirate it 2 weeks later. Okay. This also needs self.script. But yeah, I think that's kind of a powerful feature of Rust. I have no idea if C has this, but I can just return anything out of an expression and use that to initialize a variable. So I can just do this. Script path equals this, and then this, this. I think that should work. No. What's the issue? Unexpected token. Oh, I need to do a semicolon here. Yeah, this is really cool. So now I initialize script path with whatever this expression here returns. And you can just return stuff by writing it somewhere without a semicolon. Okay. And now we have script path. I don't know why we return why we return. Wait, what's this? As your output standard out. Oh, yeah, of course. Why are we? Okay, this is bullshit. I don't know what this is. Am I doing anything with the output? Okay, this definitely needs to go before here. Command new bash. Argument is cd and source and status display is what it was called. This, of course, needs some more stuff. No need for a string from format does return a string already. Oh, did I do that somewhere? Yup, I definitely did do that. Okay. String from. So this can go. Is also just bon. Oop. Yeah, because it's a macro. So now we have these two applications, these two locations. Source, okay, this also needs and format and then it's status display. And the script it sources is the script path. Cool. And this can then go. Oof, should we test this? I feel like this is pretty fragile, but anyway, let's go. Oh my god, first try. Holy shit. I'm superhuman. It worked first try, I think. Yup, it did. Awesome. Okay. Yay. Cool. By the way, this light bulb is getting changed. With something that's not a light bulb. Or a light bulb that is not realistic in style. So inside of match, you're creating a string from a string. There's no need for that. You can just return format. Yeah. Cody has been really helpful. The gods walk among us. Okay, it's time for committee. Okay, I think one last feature and then that'll be it for today. I've streamed for quite a long time. Okay, get path can go. I don't know why I committed it. Still warning me about stuff here. User is named the same as one of the variants of the type applet location. And unused variable user. What? I don't really get that. So if I do applet location user, does it shut up then? It does. Why is that happening? Can you announce the stream a bit earlier next time? I'll try. I mean, this is becoming a theme that I'm not announcing them properly. But actually, yeah, definitely. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow actually, and I work out a time for that. But yeah, I need to do better on that front. Okay, rendering definitely needs some post-processing, I guess. We need to combine it with markup. So let's add the forwarding. Which would be, where is it? Here. Okay. We need another format. And 50-50 chance tomorrow evening would suffice. Yeah. I'm sorry. Anything. I mean, it shows in the viewer numbers. Okay. Format. And this then. Okay, we don't have the F11 anymore. And then a bit of padding here as well. Actually, 11 pixels might be a bit much, but let's see. Oh, format can work with strings and string literals. That's interesting. And if we run this now, whoa, this is unexpected. It's on a new line. That's not good. Okay. We need to remove the new line from the echo because I'm guessing a lot of people will use echo. So I can Rust remove last n characters. Trailing new line. Wait, trailing is a suffix or a prefix? Trail is behind, right? Yeah, okay. Rust remove trailing new line. Without cloning. I mean, strings are mutable, right? Can be mutable, rather. String.truncate. Leng -1. Trim is probably a good idea. Oh, this is tab 9. Oh, there it is. Returns a string slice. Slices are also a special Rust feature that I haven't looked into a lot. But, I mean, you should be able to create a string from something trimmed. But wait, I need to see that again. Trim. What exactly? Returns a string slice with leading and trailing white space removed. I don't think that applies to new lines though. Let's try it. Whoop. Oh, it does. Awesome. So then we can also, just as a test, give it some color. Okay. Interesting that this is not getting colored in by the COC plugin. Okay, and then just get that into a file. And, whoa. Cargo. Wait, what? Why did it print that? Probably some debug thing left over. Yep. Okay. Now I'm gonna set that as the status. So wish me luck. Oh, it works and it looks pretty awful. But no, I don't know. Oh. Why is the white space not getting colored in? That's kind of concerning. Trim and strip. That's odd. So if we do this, I think the syntax might be wrong. Like if I replace this with a 50. Oh, actually, no. Now I have a way bigger. Now it's way bigger. But why is that? If I remove this, will it still be bigger? No, it won't. But if I do even one single forward, this is strange. Yesterday I boned some models, then I skinned them. Oh god. Yeah, that's like the meme with the FBI agent looking at your search history and then you append like git reattach detached head. FBI agent goes, oh, then you append git and it's all fine. Oh. Oh, I need to update the... Okay, when I hover over here, then it updates for some reason. Yep. Okay, this is a window manager issue. I need to somehow update the bar, and it doesn't do that. Yep, now it's red, for whatever reason. And the leftover stuff is red as well. Nice. Yeah, I have to fix the rendering of this stuff. Actually, it's using a modified version of the, what's it called, status to D patch for DWM. So, yeah, maybe I could fix it upstream as well. I don't know. Would actually be my first contribution to DWM. Okay. But I think that's for another time. So far, yeah, we've done a bit of progress along with a bunch of sidetracking, or getting sidetracked rather. But yeah, I'm getting better at Rust slowly, and this is also coming along quite nicely. It's been fun talking to chat. How's the stream? Where's my second Firefox? Austin Powers. Where's my second Firefox? This is horrible quality in the preview window, by the way. Oof, yeah, it's quite late. And I think I'm ending the stream here. Thank you everyone for watching. All of your 6 people according to YouTube. Actually, let's check if the dislike guy is there again. Or non-binary guy. Oh, no. 18 likes. That's actually pretty good. Nighty night. Are you planning to continue instant status development in Rust? If so, I could probably throw some hints and suggestions in a GitHub pull request. Definitely, yes. I think I'll stay with Rust. So yeah, and you've been helpful, really helpful in the stream, by the way. So definitely thank you. But thanks for streaming. Yeah, thanks for being there, everybody. Everybody, every one body. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow. I'll definitely put it in the Discord announcement channel if I'm going live again. And actually, more than 10 minutes before I start going live. And yeah, this is a long goodbye. Just goodbye.